Hello, everybody, and welcome to New Who's on Vampires in Venice. I hope you are all doing well. It's actually very warm here, so I can imagine it's probably warm where all you guys are. Cheryl just sent me a video from Temple Bar. So get this, right? None of the pubs are open in the city centre, right? And the lockdown has been eased in this country. And every gobshite in Ireland has decided that they're going to congregate at Temple Bar. And I mean, nobody can move. They're not social distancing. Nobody's wearing a fucking mask. And they're all just fucking talking to each other in the middle of Temple Bar for no reason. By the way, there's no alcohol being sold, right? So they're literally all just standing around like a bunch of idiots. So, yeah, I predict, because, none of us are vaccinated over here. They're only starting the vaccination. So everybody is out, right? And COVID hasn't gone away, and they're all out there now beside each other now. So they'll all go home now later on in the evening. And if one of them has contracted it, right, then they'll give it to another family member. And that family member will go somewhere else. And then, yourself then. So I reckon Cheryl has predicted July, that we'll probably be back in lockdown again. July. I'm actually going to say June. I actually think, this thing, they don't realise that this thing spreads a lot. So first 2 weeks of June, I reckon we'll be back in lockdown again. So thanks for ruining my birthday. Right, we'll be in lockdown again. Watch, my birthday comes along a week before they'll announce we're in lockdown again. Right, fuck that shit. I want to be able to just go out. Right, it's not to do that or go or have a meal or anything. Just go out. Maybe go to the fucking beach or something. That'll do fucking me. Right, but they're gonna fucking ruin it for me now, bastards. Right, I haven't sent the email, so I'll send the emails and I'll shut up now. So yeah, it's a lovely day here, Super Doctor actually got in touch with me as well, just to let you know. He was out yesterday and he didn't get back in time. He's there now, so I'll send him. He said he'll join me for this because he didn't join us for Classic, but he did give his rating on Twitter. And actually, it's good that he's on, because I'll be able to find out what the fucking movie that we chose for the first week of the movie stream to do. Also, if you've noticed, I dropped 2 videos today. Well, they were obviously scheduled. One was for a new watch-along that we're doing. On Twitter, a couple of people, because they know I'm a fan of Sliders, have asked me to do Sliders reviews. So as I can watch Sliders, I'm going to do little watch-alongs. The first one is obviously the season premiere, the pilot. Goes on for an hour and a half, I think. But it's been a long time. I have been watching, as I said, I've been going back and watching all these shows that I used to watch when I was growing up. And I've been watching Sliders. I got to season 3, actually. And then I just stopped and I switched over to the Kennedys. I was watching the Kennedys then. And I switched over again then, and I was watching Star Trek Voyager. So I've been jumping from show to show, but we're going to be doing some Sliders. So if you're into doing some Sliders, let me know. Also, John Barrowman, I covered it this morning. The Sun is claiming that John Barrowman has been sensationally axed from dancing with what's it? That ice fucking whatever, dancing on ice, right? I gave my opinion on it anyway. The articles are in the link description. If you haven't watched that video, go and check it out. I'll give my view on the current situation. But I've done a video there, so go and check that out as well. It's look. All I'll say is that I do believe he will be not coming back. Obviously, he's in the panel for this show, the one that will be coming up. But I don't think they'll renew his contract. I actually think this is being blown way out of proportion. Actually, now that I think about it, because nobody knows for a second whether he would have got called back for another season. This was like they brought him in, and they were, he is a larger than life character, and they like larger than life characters on Dancing on Ice. But the thing about it is, he wasn't guaranteed anyway, in my opinion, to be in the next season of Dancing on Ice. But the Sun have said that an ITV source has claimed that since the allegations have resurfaced of his behaviour of years ago on the Doctor Who set and Torchwood, that they feel like they have to do something. And in fairness, when Noel Clarke was accused, they pulled the last episode of his show. So ITV do act decisively when it comes to stuff like this. So, look, all I'll say is we don't know what his contract was. Did he just sign up for one? Were they going to see how it went and then bring him back on the dotted line, make him sign the contract for another season? Or has he been sensationally sacked? But anyway, go and check out that video. It is a very interesting situation because, I believe he's apologized twice. The people that he did these things to have come out and defended him. A lot of these people have come out and said that there was nothing sinister in it. There was nothing sexual in it. It was just, Jack the Lad behaviour. Now, listen, nobody is saying that behaviour is tolerated. Obviously, it shouldn't be, but he was reprimanded. And as far as I'm concerned, it was sorted out. But we're living in a society and a climate today where you're being punished for past mistakes, even if you have apologized. So it's an interesting situation. I will be keeping an eye on the John Barrowman thing because for the simple reason is I'm a Barrowman fan. I think he is being treated unfairly. People can say whatever they want about what he did, right? I believe him and I believe his cast members when they say there was nothing sinister in it. And I don't know why there are people out there that can't accept that. But unfortunately, they can't, and unfortunately, he is losing work because of it. Remember, he's already been removed from Time Fracture, and Time Fracture is open now. He's been removed from that. Big Finish didn't release his Big Finish audio. They kept it on the shelf. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But listen, I could be here all night talking about it. That's why I did a video on it. So go and check it out, man. Go and check it out. No, yeah, but that was for. See, I'm confused because I'm pretty sure we picked a movie and the Goonies and the Short Circle were for the next movie watch along. Right. Well, listen, the result is not in yet, so we'll do it that way because I can't remember what I had chosen because I definitely did know I chose a movie first and then I lined those two up for the vote. But right now, in the vote, the Goonies is winning. But the Short Circuit is not far behind, I have to be honest. I'm actually surprised at that. I'm a Short Circuit fan. Listen, I love that movie. I know people prefer Goonies. I do prefer Goonies myself, but I don't think Short Circuit is a bad movie. And I was hoping it wouldn't get trounced in the poll, and it's not actually. So it's pretty close. If you haven't voted, please do. It'll be either the Goonies or Short Circuit on Wednesday. Right, let's bring on our guests. It's the one and only Super Doctor.
Hey Noel, how you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
It is absolutely beautiful. The weather, it's about 20 degrees here.
Yeah, it's very warm here too. Sun is beaming.
Yeah.
I hate it. I want the rain. Bring the rain.
I can only tolerate heat for so long, and it just goes for me.
No. Listen, I love the
Irritate.
heat. Cheryl will tell you, I'm mad for the old heat.
Yeah.
Right. Thing about it is that the sun is bringing all the gobshites out, so I just wanted to rain so they'll all go fucking home, so I can go out and have a pint on my birthday. You know,
Yeah.
there's the guy. Do you hear all the sirens now? This is what we're gonna hear now because people are gonna act the fucking idiot today. People are gonna get into fights, right? It's the
Yeah.
first time they've been out of lockdown and they're all going crazy. Listen, I kind of get it. I do. I'm not gonna sit here because look at if I didn't have the beliefs that I have, I probably would be out there myself and I wouldn't give a fuck, right? But you know, I've grown, I've matured over the last few years. I think I would have to say, and you know, I've listened to all the evidence. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not going to slight anybody out there if you want to go out and enjoy yourself. Problem I have when I looked at that video, there wasn't one person wearing a mask or anything like that. Now, listen, whether you believe in the masks or not, right? There are people out there that do and believe that it does work. Stop being a selfish twat and wear your fucking mask if you're going to go out, right? Simple as that. But we're going to be back in lockdown again. I can feel it. Those people are ruining it for everybody today. It was like when they opened up London. Do you remember when Boris first opened up London? Do you remember you got all those footage of people on the subway and then you had people on the streets and it was jam-packed? That's the way it was in Temple Bar today. In Temple Bar, where there's no pubs open, by the way, folks. So I just don't get it. That's why I'm going mad. I wouldn't be going mad if the pubs are open. Then I'd say, well, that's why they're all there. But there's no pubs open and they're all still in there. That's where you go to drink. Anybody knows that comes to Ireland, right? My recommendation is you don't go to Temple Bar. But if you are a foreign national and you're coming to Ireland, when you read the brochure, one of the first places that you will see in a brochure to come to Ireland will be Temple Bar, and you would have Trinity College and stuff like that. Don't go to Temple Bar, it's a tourist trap anyway. But they've all decided to go there, and there's no alcohol being served, so I don't get it. It just baffles me. But here, listen, let's bring on our next guest. It's the one and only Pretty Rich.
Hey, Noel, how you feeling, mate?
I'm actually good, believe it or not. No, I'm having a bit of a rant. But look, I can understand. I really do. I understand. I'm human myself. Nobody likes being locked up, right?
No, not for a year and a half.
I get it. But listen, why I just don't get why they all decide to go to Temple Bar. Why not go to a beach or go or have a garden fucking party? Invite some of your friends over now that you can. Why did you all have to go to Temple Bar?
Yeah.
You know, because all those people now, as I
Find
said,
a national park and just go there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the Phoenix Park is open for fuck's sake. It's been open all the way through. It's one of the biggest parks. Stephen's fucking Green. Fuck's sake, people.
Go for a ramble.
I just don't get it, man.
Hanging around a high street going, oh, I'm free.
I do get it, but I don't get why they're all in Temple Bar when there's no pubs.
They're just going to put everyone straight back into lockdown again.
Well, we'll see. I'm not going into lockdown. Do you know what?
I don't blame you, no.
When we go back into lockdown, right? They can all suffer, right? I'm going to go out and enjoy. I don't care if I get arrested. I'm going to go out, and the guy that asks me why I'm walking around and breaking lockdown, I'll tell you why. I'll say because when the lockdown was lifted, everybody went out. I stayed at home because I knew to play a fucking smart. Now we're back in lockdown. I'm not being punished for all those fucking idiots out there. So I'm fucking going out and having a bit of fucking time. If you're going to arrest me, arrest me. But I'm fucking walking here with the wife and the dog, and I'm not going fucking home. The rest of them ruined fucking lockdown for me. I don't give a shit now. I'm done. If we go into another lockdown, I'm not going into a lockdown. I'm not going into a lockdown. I'm going out there because I've stayed fucking true to every single fucking lockdown. Me more than anybody else. Even ask Cheryl, she'll tell you. I've hardly went out.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous.
I've done my part, right? I hardly went out because I don't want to, because just in case, right? And then I have all of these idiots today. I'm sick of it, man. I just want me life back, and you have probably fucking put us back
We've
now.
had almost a year and a half of this. It's about time we just started relaxing stuff slowly and get us back to normal because economies are going to be dead soon.
Yeah, I know. See, all people had to do was do what they were told in the.
And there's going to be mass unemployment the second everything gets back to work.
Yeah,
anyway,
even in the lockdown for this long, if people hadn't have broke them, right? Do you remember where at first everybody was breaking it, even the politicians? And see, this is who I blame, right? And I will blame the politicians because the politicians were telling us all to stay at home, but we were getting news report after news report of politicians breaking quarantine. So why would the rest of them stay in quarantine? They're supposed to set the example.
I know. Rules for some, rules for others. This is why there's no accountability in public service anymore. That's the problem.
And even them not wearing the masks, I mean, you can see that there was a huge outcry of some politicians and some high up ones I don't want to mention, but they were spotted at funerals and all that.
Listen,
not wearing masks.
If the masks don't work, fair enough, but come out straight and tell us, right?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather that they fucking told us anyway. This is another thing as well. There's a lot of misinformation. Tell us, do the masks actually work? Yes or no? Right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
If they don't work, then fine. We don't all have to wear masks.
You see, the problem with that, Noel, is they came out and said, "Oh, the masks do not work," and then they changed the story, and then they said, "Oh, the masks work. You better wear masks to get into shops and all that."
The masks work on a Monday, but not on a Saturday.
No, listen. If you buy a box of masks, it even says at the back of the mask that it doesn't protect against viruses and stuff like that. So this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot of misinformation out there. If we don't have to wear masks, fine, right? Don't be making people wear them. See, this is why I think we're
making people paranoid.
Because there are people out there, right? And I used to be one of them, right? Conspiracy theorists, right? There's no conspiracy, right? So as soon as someone reads the back of the box, right? It doesn't protect against it, right? Then someone else will then do a video on that. Then before you know it snowballs into this big thing. But we honestly don't know if the mask works because one doctor will tell you wear a mask. Another fucking expert will tell you, no, that you don't wear 2 or 3 masks. Don't wear a mask. It doesn't make a difference. Because you know why it doesn't make sense? I was saying to the show before we come on. We could book a table, right? We could book a table in the restaurant, right? Wear a mask going into that restaurant, right? As soon as we get to our table, we can take our mask off, right? Yeah?
Yeah, it's insane.
That fucking restaurant has that virus and sneezes. It doesn't fucking matter if you're sitting 10 feet a fucking way. It's airborne. You're going to fucking get it, you fucking idiots.
And what I don't get about the mask is if the COVID I can't say that. If the beer bug particle, I mean, it'll go right through the mask. And I mean, there's no escaping it because if that is airborne and it clings onto the outside of the mask, there's a chance that it'll contact the moisture with inside the mask. And I mean, it's spreading inside the mask.
So they tell you to bin your masks, right?
Yeah.
Cheryl.
No, don't bring it up. He's going to disagree.
No, but I'm not talking about. But when we see the masks on the ground,
that's annoying.
You see dirty used masks. They're not even putting them in the fucking bin for fuck's sake. You know, would you throw a piece of tissue on the ground when you blow your fucking nose? No, you wouldn't. So why are people acting fucking stupid?
Oh, no.
This is what I can't understand. How did we get from being pretty clever as a society, as a species, to becoming pretty fucking dumb in the space of 5 fucking years? I don't know.
Yeah, global economic crisis hit and everyone decided to dumb down.
Yeah. And then when it all started, I mean, you saw them in Australia buying up toilet rolls, big packets of toilet rolls.
I know. The UK was funny for that as well, though.
I know.
I was watching all the videos of people. Actually, in Ireland, though, it was funny, right? I have to say, at the start of the lockdown, when we didn't know how serious it was, there was these little videos being put up by Irish people being filmed from their bedroom, right? So they obviously got their mates to do it, right? So what they do is there's someone be living in this housing state where there'd be a lane at the back of their house, right? And they're up in their bedroom window. And they get 2 of their mates, right? One is standing in the lane looking a bit dodgy, right, with the hoodie on, right? And another fella walks up towards him with a €20 note, right? and you think there's a drug deal going on, right? Next of all, he pulls out a 6-pack of fucking Tylenol. He throws him like a drug deal and runs off. It's the funniest fucking.
And it's the same with the hand gel. I mean, you could have walked right into any shopping centre, get into any shop, and get into all the chemists and all that, and ask for hand gel, and they said nowhere in town has got hand gel.
I know. Sure, there was people selling that hand gel for triple the price on eBay and all at one stage.
Oh, that was insane.
Fucking ridiculous, man, the behaviour with people during this lot. Do you know what has made me realise we are a bunch of dumb fucks, man. This lockdown, this whole thing, this situation has opened. Cheryl, yeah, I know you have a different opinion on the fucking thing. Jesus, they all know. She thinks she has to explain. Right, they all know it's my opinion. I've made it clear it's my opinion. Jesus, man.
You should come on Cockneys. No, come on Cockneys and talk about this.
Yeah. And the worst thing is they never told us.
If Cockney wants to bring me on, I'll come on. More than happy to come on and talk about it, because I do have, and I will make it clear actually, even though we shouldn't have to now. I know you guys don't. You know where Cheryl stands.
Yeah.
She know that she has different opinions to me on this. So,
yeah, well, the big problem I've got with it is people are going to go two ways. Some people are going to go really paranoid and stay in their homes and not come out, and others are just going to go, "Oh, I'm sick of this lockdown. I'm going to do whatever I want," and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm not going into another one. But listen, I'm not going into another one because I'll tell you why. I've stuck to the rules. Right?
Yeah, well, that's why we're in lockdown limbo, because these people, I don't care anymore. You know?
I stuck to the rules, right? I stuck. So did my wife.
Yeah, so did I.
People that stuck to the rules shouldn't be fucking punished, because there's a few out there that keep breaking it. I don't care if you are paranoid. I don't care if you have conspiracy theories. At the end of the day, we wouldn't have been in this lockdown for over a year and a half if people had done what they were told in the first place. In the first place, but I will say this, and I'll add this: the politicians didn't help either. The experts didn't help either, because they were breaking lockdown. So I kind of get where you were all coming from, but now common sense has to prevail, folks. Come on, we're in this a year and a half, and you have to ask the question: why are we in it a year and a half? Now you can blame the government and say it's all a fucking conspiracy theory and all of this, right? The data is fucking out there. Every time we come out of lockdown or someone breaks it, cases go up, right? That's not a coincidence, okay? So come on, we would have been out of this a year ago. Look at New Zealand. Look how they handled it. They locked down everything and they didn't give a fuck, right? They're able to enjoy their lives today, and they've been able to enjoy their lives for the past fucking 6 months while we've been still in lockdown, right?
Yeah, and look at Florida.
Yeah, Florida's completely unlocked.
They did it properly. Every country, whether people agree with me or not with this, but every country, when it was known about this virus and how bad it was, every country should have closed their borders. Every country should have stopped air travel. Every country should have stopped people from coming into their country. And I'm telling you, all we had to do was stay in lockdown for about 6 months. That was it. And we would have been clear of this.
Yeah.
That's it. But we've been a year and a half. And people keep saying, well, we're still in lockdown. Well, I'll tell you why we're still in lockdown. Blame the people that keep breaking quarantine. That's why.
Our problem in the UK is they won't close the borders to infected countries. They just don't do it.
No.
We'll not close the borders. Then they do close. It's too late.
We're letting people come in from different countries. Fuck off. Get away. I'm sick of it.
It's like Vietnam, Indian variant. Well, where do you think? Because you didn't close the borders of India and didn't close the borders with Vietnam.
Anyway, should I get a takeaway, do you think, or maybe not? I still get takeaways. Look, the places where we live, right? They are up to a certain extent. You can see that they're making an effort in keeping everything clean and stuff like that, and they do anyway. But look,
I mean, the borders not the takeaways.
Eating me comfort food just because there's a fucking lockdown. We've been eating not now. I have to be honest. I think we had a takeaway yesterday, but I think that was the first takeaway we had in about a month or so. We haven't spent this whole lockdown eating takeaways. We've actually been cooking quite a lot. We've made a conscious decision to not, because it's very easy to fall into that trap as well. Not because you don't want to go out. You don't want to go out and buy food, cook food. So the easy option would be to order food. But you wouldn't do that because you spend a fortune anyway. And trust me, me and Cheryl will probably end up, we probably would have been, we're grand, like, our weight is great. We haven't put on any weight.
Oh, I'm glad you haven't.
So I've actually done well through this lockdown, believe it or not. I've actually lost weight during this lockdown. Whereas unfortunately some have, and it does happen. But look, as soon as everybody gets active again, they'll all lose it again. I'll probably pile on again. That's what usually fucking happens anyway. But yeah, but again, we stuck to the rules, and I'm not going to be screwed over by any more people out there anymore. So the next time we go into I'm going to the beach. So I don't care if I get arrested. I'm going to the beach. Gardaí asked me why I'm here. I'll say, well, listen, 3 lockdowns we've been under. 3 times I actually kept to the rules. And I says every time I've seen people break the rules. So I'm breaking the rules this time. If you want to arrest me, there you go. There's me hands. Put me in.
You're like me, no. You're a disgruntled conformist, yeah.
Yeah. Right. I've done. Look, I get there's conspiracy theories out there. I wouldn't dismiss you that straight away either. I'm open to listening to the stuff out there. But at the end of the day, folks, come on. All these were asked to do stay at home, and then there was this kind of false revolution. Oh, we're being told we're being locked in our homes. Come on, we got to revolt now. We've got to go out there and show the government that we mean business.
That's what's going to probably happen big time. That's the problem.
It's going to be like, but they're going to storm Parliament or something like that. They're going to be really stupid idiots and do something as insane as that. I mean,
it'll only take one country for them to do something in that, and for us to see how that government reacts, right? And then trust me, if it's handled properly, and it can be handled properly. See, people just need to be told. Look, you either do what you're told, or we're going to start. Listen, do you want to live in a free country? Do you want to start living in a dictatorship? Because this is what will happen. Because we keep breaking it as well. Think about it. Politicians will then start dictating to us. And then before you know it then. And remember, some countries have tried to pass laws and stuff like that. See, we need to be very careful as well as the people and be smart about this. These people that are in power could use all of this to enact new powers and stuff. I know. So we've got to be fucking careful. This is why I think people shouldn't be breaking the law. Don't give them any excuse to fucking issue new powers and new laws out there that stop you from enjoying everyday fucking life. But when you got people out there breaking lockdown after lockdown after lockdown, what do you expect? That's going to be the government's response. And then people are like, oh, they're oppressing us. Well, it's your own fault. I'm sorry, you have no sympathy anymore. It'll be your own fault. All they asked you to ever do was stay at home, right? Nobody forced you to stay at home. And then they did then start getting the police involved to get people to stay at home and stop people from having parties because they were trying to protect you idiots, right? But you looked at it as a form of oppression and communism. Oh, look, we're turning into China, we're turning into Russia. People are being pulled out of their homes and all of this. Well, stop breaking the lockdown. Simple.
Yeah.
Right. I'm done. 29 minutes in. We do normally have a bit of a chat.
That's all right. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Anyway.
I feel exactly the same way. No, I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah. Right, so we got Vampires in Venice. If everybody in the chat is ready, please press 1. I've got my copy ready. I'm pretty sure the lads.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got one.
So we'll wait for the ones. And look, I don't know. I just seen that video today in Temple Bar, and it just hit a nerve because I've whether I was right or wrong to do it, I stuck by the rules, right? And people will say, well, no, you're a sheep. The virus is a hoax. All of this is a hoax. It's whatever, right? But I could say, it is true. At least I did actually fucking do what I was asked to do, right? So I have no fucking regrets about the way I behaved during this pandemic, to be honest with you. Look, I know there's people that follow me that don't believe in wearing the masks. They don't believe that this virus is as as bad as the government and doctors are making it out to be. You're entitled to that opinion. I would never stop talking to you because of that opinion. But I just think, if we just had stayed at home and done what we were, we wouldn't be still in this situation. And that's why I'm going mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all. It's not. I'm not going to say that
It's mass failure across the board, I think.
Yeah, it is. We would, it is, and I get it, right? It was a situation that, and we'll never probably deal with one like this again. But we've had a year and a half, 2 years to learn from this, and we still seem to be making the same mistakes.
Yeah, if they push it another half a year, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens anyway. Sure, fuck it. Look.
Yeah.
We're gonna enjoy life as much as we fucking can until then.
Heaven forbid it, but I think that's what's going to happen.
So let's watch a bit of Doctor Who.
I think Doctor Who will change our perception in life. It'll make us feel better.
Yeah.
That's it. Now listen, the very first scene, obviously, the actress that's in this,
Helen McCrory.
Helen McCrory. She's in the very first scene in this. She just recently passed away, breast cancer. She actually kept it.
Horrible disease.
She actually kept it to herself. She was very dignified. I actually do hate when celebrities come out and they talk about their illnesses, because some will say, but they're highlighting it and they'll give people the courage to come out and or go to the doctor and all that. Nah, they're just self-absorbed little twats. I don't.
The only person I've ever seen who's done it right was Bruce Dickinson when he had throat cancer. He did it right. He just turned around and said, "Look, I'm trying to highlight this. I don't want anyone else going through the same thing I've been through because it's horrible."
Yeah,
pretty much said it as it is.
Yeah, I don't mind celebrities like that, but the ones that no, I see it all. Fuck off, will you, man? Just we get it, like, you're sick, and we do feel sorry for you, but like at the end of the day, like you're a multi-millionaire, you'll probably be able to get treatments that we won't, and you'll probably have a better chance of survival than we do. So stop fucking crying.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm just.
He was very good. I mean, he was still doing concerts when he was having chemotherapy and stuff.
Yeah,
absolute legend, Bruce. One of my heroes for doing it through that.
Yeah. There has been a couple of celebrities that got it right.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is for every one celebrity, every one celebrity who gets it right, there's about 10 who just want to go, "Oh, look at me, I'm ill. Oh, feel sorry for me." It's like, no.
Yeah, I like it. Jade Goody got it right as well, though.
Yeah,
she got cancer, and the way she came out and she highlighted it, she got young women out there to get tested and stuff, and she saved a lot of young girls' lives at the time. She may have been a reality TV star. She may have been a bit back crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
apparently she had a heart of gold, Jade Goody.
Yeah, she did. And that whole racist saga, I watched it that year. I always felt watching that series that they were setting her up to fail, her and her mother.
Yeah, they wanted her.
It was to take her down a peg or two, because Jade Goody was the most successful Big Brother contestant that they ever had. I mean, our career skyrocketed, and I just couldn't understand why they bring her back for this. And I've always said this, even years later, that it seemed like they were trying to take, and it was the perfect storm. Actually,
they were looking for something,
and then she was basically blacklisted from the public, and then everybody fell in love with her again when she came out and announced that she was going to die, which I found a bit hypocritical from the British public.
This is it.
When she needs you all, she was a naive young girl. She needed to be. She said things that she didn't. In fairness, she shouldn't have said the things that she said. It did come across as racist, but I mean, she went to India and all. To be educated, she did it the proper way. She went to India and all, and to learn about the culture, because she said things about the culture that weren't true, So she was educated, but she
she did her penance. Yeah,
I have a lot of time for LJ. The only reality TV star that I kind of respect, to be honest with you. Not a nice way to go, the way she went, but she got her fairy tale wedding in the end, and couple of weeks later, then obviously you all know she passed away. That was sad, actually. Right, I'm gonna stop now. I don't know. Getting reminisce all this shit, man. Today is just upset me, man. I just don't get it anymore.
No, I'm
better off just keep my mouth closed because the way it is nowadays, people just turn against you for having the opinion that I had today. But there you go. Right. Yeah, someone's drinking a margarita. That's brilliant. Let's get this watch along on the road. So Super Doctor, if you want to do the honors and do the countdown, we will get this show on the road. Just give us 1 second, actually. Oh, you say, well, give us 1 second. Yeah, you had plenty. Right, hold on. I'm just turning the earphones up. Right, whenever you're ready, knock yourself out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Thunderbirds are go.
Venice 1580.
I
mean, look at the sets here. I mean, and the costumes as well.
Yeah, they did a good job.
It's got that audio on, right? For people that are
audio description,
for hearing, isn't it? And
partial.
Eye impairment, yeah. You got the audio on, right? So I've got to be listening to it there. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like for people that are obviously a bit deaf and blind, and I've got a couple of family members that are a bit. Like that'd be perfect for them, but that does
blind.
There's a scene, and then you've got a man there talking, but yet there's a person in the background talking, explaining what's going on. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
The music, the acting's quite.
You know what I'm going to say, and they said Doctor Who wasn't diverse.
Yeah. I think they need to look at Tomb of the Cybermen and see that.
Yeah. Who was the big guy in Tomb of the Cybermen? I can't remember his name.
It was Toberman.
That's it.
Actually, it's one of my favourite Troughton.
He came back as an ice warrior, didn't he?
By the way, no diversity in Doctor Who.
Yes, I just said no diversity.
They didn't have. And by the way, did you notice though that father and that girl actually had a very good story in this? But when Chris Chibnall does it, they're on the screen for a couple of minutes and they're either evil or whatever. As I said, like with Lenny Henry's character killing his mother and stuff.
Yeah.
This is why I love this. The Doctor got the cake in this one.
Yeah, it ruins Rory's life. I just love it.
But this was a great. When Rory was introduced, right? I thought this is a perfect team TARDIS. It's perfect now. Like Amy and the Doctor are great together, but it was missing something, and Rory was that missing element. I believe. And this scene is just hilarious because he starts to explain. She kisses him and all, doesn't And he's made to see his friends' faces, right? I always laugh when I notice his friends' faces when he tells them
when he bursts out the cake.
Again.
I mean, that's just comic timing. I mean, the eyes going around and all that, and.
Oh! I just love that he hasn't got a clue what he said is wrong.
Yeah.
She tried to kiss me. Tell you what, you're a lucky girl. Guy, she's a good kisser.
See, this has grown on me. This team tune has grown on me over the years, and I like
it. The worst.
See, I like that part. I love the way they do that.
I love the full version.
You ever hear Matt Smith He was in Glastonbury with Orbital, and he actually does the theme tune of Doctor Who on the keyboard.
Oh, awesome.
The titles are okay, but it's just they could have done me a wee bit kind of more in it. I mean, it was just the lightning hitting the TARDIS and that.
Yeah, it's a time storm. That's why it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I
time
get where you're
vortex.
coming from. But the music now, I have to say, has grown on me over the years.
Yeah.
I prefer it to Capaldi's.
over Peter Capaldi's though, and I know a lot of people like that rocky version. I've heard better rock versions, but I don't like it. I don't like the Peter Capaldi.
Oh, the rock version was good.
The rock version was composed by himself.
Peter they didn't put it on the soundtrack. I'm like, what?
What?
They didn't put the rock version on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Season 9. I was like, what are you doing?
Sure, there was if I'm correct in saying, I don't even know if the Series 10 soundtrack, his very last series, I don't even think that's being released yet.
It's still. I think Murray got a bit of a falling out and refused to release it because he got kicked off for Series 11, didn't he?
Look at Matt's body language, the way he flaps his arms about. I mean, he does it in a kind of way that kind of like shows his kind of eccentricness. He's kind of feeling himself into the character. You know, he's trying to get into the swing of it.
Yeah, he was really good. He was. I mean, the problem is it's a bit like Star Trek First Contact and Insurrection. Insurrection wasn't as good because the First Contact was so good. I think that's kind of the problem.
I mean, what makes this good is because the actors get good storyline to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, the humour into it and that, and it kind of sets it off.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this scene is actually filmed in Croatia, if I could remember, from their location shooting that they done. So it's not Venice; it's just a part of Croatia that's kind of made up.
Yeah. Didn't he have his grandfather's watch or something, Matt Smith, for his character?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he uses his watch a lot. Looks at his watch a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It's just that police box prop does it for me. I mean, the white window frames and everything.
Yeah, it's gone back to basics.
Actually, that's one thing. That's one thing you'll be interested to see if, because it's just popped into my head, and I'm sorry for saying this, folks, but I wonder if Chris Chibnall will integrate the pandemic into the show, and will Team TARDIS need to get an injection?
Yeah, I wonder the same thing. They did it with Star Trek Enterprise, didn't they? After September the 11th.
They might put it in the show. Well, and the Doctor will give us a speech about how vaccines are important to fight viruses.
But not from her. Oh.
Now, some of these vampire ladies, or most of them, were Irish models.
Awesome.
There was a big deal made about them at the time, actually, because it was a big deal to have any Irish people involved in Doctor Who. So even though they were models, people were like Irish people that were Doctor Who fans. Like, this was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Oh.
They still had the production quality for this one.
Oh.
Rory doesn't have a clue at the moment.
Good evening, everybody who's in the chat. Do us a favor, don't forget to like the video. 30 minutes in, we do the watch along. If anybody, I will put it in actually in the description, let everybody know that I have a bit of rant at the start, and that the watch along starts 30 minutes in. people don't like this story.
Oh, I thought it was interesting. I thought there's only one bit I picked up. They don't really have basements in the Venice. That was the only thing.
Of course, they wouldn't have had basements. You're right, because they would have been underwater level.
Exactly. They have like private boat docks and on the lower floors and stuff like that.
Her performance in this is actually brilliant. And then when she faces off against the Doctor, she's brilliant as well.
Yeah.
You see, I love this interaction with Rory and Amy now, because isn't there a part he gives out to her, doesn't he, for her leaving him or something? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But look at the way he's standing, right, and his demeanor, right, and then a couple of episodes later, his whole demeanor has changed. You can see that he's getting confident.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's some bloke just standing there, like, you'd hardly be going, would you like a flower?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. I think that was done in the studio a little bit. He is a good 11th, Matt. Here we go. No basements.
His reaction is just brilliant.
Will be. Perfect prop.
Oh, William Harlow. But see the way Moffat did that. That was a nice little throwback to Hartnell. That's how you do it, you know? Trains? I don't know. Why, can you hear trains? As I said, there is a lot of activity around here because everybody's gone crazy. So, sure, there was helicopters flying above the bleeding apartment block last night.
Wow.
So there must have been some trouble.
We're near the M1, so we get a few helicopters flying over us as well.
Now, Rory is the audience here, though, because
Yeah.
like, when they're celebrating the fact that it's vampires. He's like, you two are crazy. Wow. Nice little. Rory, look her. I must be a couple of seconds behind you guys.
Yeah. Just love the stationary comment. Yeah. Do you ever hear the one about the guy in the army who stole a Stinger missile launcher? Hid it under his bed in his house. Oh.
Oh, I did like that line from the doctor because then the music changed to sinister.
Yeah. Gondolier. Special people.
Wow. What a pitch. Like, I mean, if you were her relative and then, like, she said to our son, do you like her? You'd be thinking, hold on, I thought she was coming here to get an education. Tell Uncle Doctor. Yeah, I like it. Vincent and the Doctor as well. On yeah. This season is very good. The Matt Smith's fourth season is excellent. Actually,
I know.
it's the second season where it kind of goes a little bit pear shaped. We're still going to do it because there are some good stories within that season.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought the first half of season 6 was good, but the second half was just a bit
It's
poor.
when you went to that. Yeah, it's the second half of that season where it went all. Yeah, let's not forget that the next episode is "Let's Kill Hitler," isn't it?
Yeah. And it was a bit hit and miss in season 7 1, and season 7 2 it really came back into its game again.
Yeah. Yeah, those Irish vampires are hot, says some people. Yeah, well, there you go. Someone says, because Eddie has been asking people what their choices are for a doctor, and he's been ranking them. Someone actually mentioned in the thread that they think it's about time for an Irish doctor. Now, you know my stance on it. I think it's a British role, and I think a British person should play it. But here's one for you guys. If if BBC were to kind of say, okay, we'll look beyond the UK, if they did cast an Irishman or woman to play the Doctor, who would you go for? Let me know in the comments.
I think Arno Handler would be too bad.
Hmm.
A bit too comical though.
Well, I don't know now because he can't. I think he could do serious.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'll give you one. Actually, it's a bit outside the box, but I think some people will kind of get where I'm coming from with this choice. But Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah, he was going to be the Doctor in that movie one. Well, the movie that Leonard Nimoy was working on, and got cancelled.
Because he has the demeanor, kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Chris O'Dowd might be a good choice.
Oh, no, I love him in the IT crowd, and I
Yeah.
love him in what was that show he had on Sky One, Moon Boy. I
Yeah.
love him in Moon Boy, but I don't know. I think he's just too.
He'd have to play it serious. I think that's.
For the Master, it has to be Andrew Scott. If we're going Irish, it has to be Andrew Scott because he played Moriarty, and I think they're similar characters, and I think he could do a great Master.
Yeah. I think Dylan Moran's way too comical.
See, we do have good Irish actors and actresses,
I know.
but they're not Doctor material. That's the thing.
Yeah. Got a lot of comics, I'll tell you that. Who haven't been cancelled yet.
Yeah, but most of them we cancelled now, mate, because of the fucking today's climate. The thing about Irish comedians, I hope it's still the case. They never really gave a fuck. You know, they always told their jokes, but I'll eventually, well, when the lockdown's down and we can go to these places again, I'll see if Irish comedy has changed. I hope it hasn't, because don't be. I'll just say it out straight. I don't think any comedian out there should fear taking the piss out of a subject.
No. It's whole part of the bloody job, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not going to be offended by that, and you say, well, I get that you're a comedian and you do this for a living. Now, in the past, there has been comedians that have went too far. We've all agreed, right?
Yeah.
Comedians can go far, but the majority of them never do, and they do joke about those things that we wouldn't joke about or talk about, and that's the joy of it. And if you try and silence that or try and say, well, you can't do that anymore, well, then they're not comedic. That you ruin the same with artists. I said it as well. You start telling artists what they should draw paint and stuff, then you're actually limiting the creative process. Michael Sheen is Welsh. Michael Sheen for me, Fry should be the Doctor, the next Doctor. For the simple reason is, even though I have my personal choice, Michael Sheen's a safe pair of hands, and that's not badly reflecting on him. It's the fact that he is such a great actor, and I think he'd bring a lot of fans back, Michael Sheen. So I think go with him for a couple of years and then bring in a young Doctor like Matt Smith again. And then I think you could move on, and I think you could quickly forget about this era that we're currently under. But again, I love this scene here, so I'm going to shut up now because it's the risks. Yeah, that's true though. Rory is absolutely spot on though there, what he said.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right, but then Rory realizes though, yes, that may be the case, but then as this series goes on, Rory understands where the Doctor is coming from, and I think this is what's great about this series, because Amy, she's straight away, she's on board no matter what, you know what I mean? Whereas Rory would be like, he's the hesitant one. He's the one that questions everything until eventually then he just goes with it.
Yeah.
Bill does call the doctor out when he needs to be
I
called.
know, it does.
She really was a lovely woman.
Yeah. Great actor as well.
Jesus. Look at that. Look at that creature. Yeah, I like Sacha Dhawan's master. A lot of people disagree with me on that one, though, but I do like his master. They think he's over the top. I don't think he's over the top. I actually think he's probably one of the most sinister masters that we've ever gotten. I just think some people out there, unfortunately, are blinded by his skin color, and I hate to say that, but I do see a lot of criticism of him, and I think it's unjustified. And got to ask yourself the reason why, and unfortunately, that is the reason. He's a great master.
I just think we need a more cerebral master again. How it
I
used to
think
be.
what we need with the master is the hypnotism and the mind
That's it.
control
You
and
know
all
what
that.
we need? We need another Jacoby master.
Or a Roger
That's the
Delgado.
master that we need now. If you don't want to go way over the top with it, right? But I do like Sacha Dhawan's master, and I can't wait to see him again and see what he has up his sleeve.
I would like him to take on the Roger Delgado. You know how he used his mind control powers to kind of look into people's eyes and hypnotise them and get them to do things and all that. And like the master is a real menace. But see when they had they kind of stopped that. I mean, they made the master a bit of a buffoon. They kind of weakened his character and
made him crazy,
made him less sinister.
Yeah. Now, unknown, I get there are people that thought he was weak and generic Joker like villain, but when I've been on Twitter a long time, and when I was looking through the comments, because I typed his name in, and when I was looking at the backlash, most of it got to do with his skin color. I'm sorry, but I'm going to call it out when I see it. And a lot of people, came out, me, Lee, and others came out there. Sorry, John, just for a second, came out and we condemned it. We condemned it, like when they went after Joe Martin as well, right? We condemned it, right? Because it's wrong. It's wrong, right? And it will be called out when it does happen, right? Yeah. It's not as systemic as people make it out to be, but it will be fucking called out. That has no place in the fandom. But I get where people saying his master was a bit of a Joker kind of version. Yeah. I like his master. I like his costume. I think, he could be one of the best masters. He'll be up there. Trust me, if he's written properly, he'll be up there with Delgado and Ainsley. I don't even think Sim will come anywhere near them, and he is one of my favorite masters.
Yeah, he brought that kind of evil, sinister.
He did,
vibe
and I think we need that. I think I think the master needs that. Remember, this master is crazy enough to destroy. Well, if we're led to believe, if he's willing to destroy Gallifrey, what else is he capable of? And that's why I like his master. For once, we don't know what this master is capable of. And I do understand the other argument, Matthew. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. Of course I get it. I get it. But in this case, Sacha Dhawan is an actual great actor. He was in obviously the movie An Adventure in Space and Time, and he was brilliant in that. So when he was cast as the master, I was delighted because I think he's a terrific bloody actor, man.
Played Warris, didn't he? Warris Hussein in that.
Yeah, he played Warris Hussein, yeah.
I mean, he got Warris Hussein spot on.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He deserves to be given a chance. We've only seen his master a handful of times. Don't think people should be really judging too harshly anyway. And that's what I've seen, though, you know. So, look, I understand all sides of the argument to a certain extent, but when you're blatantly, which I seen myself, we called out people and all we did when that was happening. You just don't. If you don't like the master, that's fine, right? All I'm just saying is you don't need to bring someone's skin color into it. And I
Yeah.
did see that. And I did see that. Now I can understand fans out there that say, well, it's only box ticking and stuff. But in this case, haven't we always said, yeah, they might be box ticking, but they get someone in that's actually decent and a decent actor or actress, then what's the problem? I think people just moan for the sake. We've gotten a terrific actor. He's only played the master a handful of times now. So let's see where it goes. Anyway, you never know. Chris Chibnall leaves after this season. It'll be the last time we'll see his master because master usually gets recast when there's a new showrunner anyway.
Yeah.
This scene here between the two of them is brilliant. How does she do that weird kind of... Do you see the way she just keeps looking around her and all that with her eyes? Look at her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she's looking for him, not at him.
Look, she's got that. She could play that sinister. Look at her face. Look, she could play sinister really well.
Yeah.
I mean,
She
I must admit
good.
that Stephen Moffat was good at casting.
Yeah, he was.
He was good at casting. That was his thing. He was good at casting.
I mean, he was the perfect person to take over from Russell T Davies.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of underestimated Matt Smith in a way. And look at him. I mean, he's completely brilliant. I mean, he completely nails the role.
Yeah.
And he's channeling Troughton as
that's
well.
all it was for him, though. You didn't know Isabella's name, so that's why I'm going to take you down, basically. Look at her. I don't know. When was this filmed again? Because if she was fighting breast cancer, she could have
2009, I think.
2009.
Showed in 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, no, that'd be nearly a 10-year, 12-year battle.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's brilliant, man.
I mean, Matt Smith is basically what sums up the Doctor, a kind of sort of David Bellamy interest in absolutely everything. And I think that I think in Outpost Gallifrey, when Stephen Moffat used to come into Outpost Gallifrey, I said that in a post, and he kind of agreed with me.
Yeah,
I can remember that.
Matthew said that he never used to rate this story, but it's grown on me. Do you know what? I have to be honest, Matthew. I've been re-watching, obviously, while doing these watch-alongs, but I've been actually watching myself a few episodes. And I have to say, even the episodes that I'm not a fan of, and I don't know if it's got to do with the current era that we're in now, but those stories somehow have grown on me or been elevated more, if you get me, and I have a little bit more time for them and respect for what they were trying to do. Whereas before I wasn't. I was very, if I didn't like something, it was like, no. But I'm finding myself like really actually enjoying these stories that I didn't enjoy in the past. And maybe it is got to do with the current situation. But you know what? If that's what the current situation has done, made me enjoy these stories even more, well, then I'll say good on it. You know, because I have a lot more respect for Matt's Doctor. As I said, he's I just love his face, his facial. his eyes, his reaction. He doesn't even need to say a word. Like, look at him there again.
I mean, he's a young fellow, and it's like the eyes of a 900-year-old Time Lord.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's important for the role. You've got to kind of look for a person that's got these qualities. I mean,
yeah, and I don't think Jodie does, because
No.
Jodie is she's a good looking woman. Let's be honest, she's not a bad looking woman, but you need someone that looks alien looking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Her latest one is, I'm playing it wrong. It's like, oh.
You need someone that oozes enthusiasm for everything. You know, that kind of doctorish quality that you know, like David Bellamy's got this interest in absolutely everything. It's a kind of a doctorish quality that runs through all the doctors.
Yeah.
Hellbent is a piece of crap. Don't even mention that story here. That story will never be heightened, even with this current era. Hellbent is everything that goes against the. No, I didn't like that. When he shoots that general, I don't even care that the general gender swapped into a woman and they ticked another box as well. What annoyed me is that the Doctor wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I liked about that story was the TARDIS control room.
Yeah.
You know, that was the one that Clara and me went away in.
Ooh. In fairness, there should have been a bigger explosion with all that gunpowder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else should have gone out?
Even a sonic screwdriver can be a healing device as well. Amazing.
Yeah.
You could tell, though, no matter what criticism we have of Moffat's era, you could tell that he really did care, because when he did take fan criticism very personally.
Yeah.
Of all the showrunners, I'd actually have to say, even more than Chibnall, Moffat took it very hard when fans came out.
Yeah. It's with Stephen Moffat. He is a talented writer. I mean, he's a very talented, clever writer, and he thinks up this massive amounts of dialogue and scripts and everything like that, and in scenes and all that. And he works that hard to kind of try and produce something that would appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
And the BBC probably would turn around and say, "Oh, we can't do that. We can't do this because of budgetary concerns or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll have to cut this out. We'll have to cut this scene out." And that's how the episodes can go crap, is because of the BBC not liking somebody at the head of the BBC not liking that story or something like that, and telling them redo that again. And I mean, for an experienced writer, that must be really tough.
Yeah.
And then to get criticism from fans, I mean, that must be the final straw. And I think you kind of lose the plotting with that. And I couldn't blame him.
Yeah.
But with some of his stories, they did appear very overcomplicated. But, you know, it's like if you're told to do something and you get a script and or something like that, and a storyline, and somebody doesn't like this bit and that bit and wants it out and wants this scene to be rewritten or whatever, and it's absolutely perfect, and a lot of people would like it, and if the BBC didn't like it, they would want it taken out.
Yeah, that was a problem. I had too much interference under his under Capaldi's era, I think.
Yeah, I thought that was
way too much interference.
I thought that there was something just wanting agendas in it, and that's kind of overtook Bill's character. I mean, Bill was okay, but you know, it was just they were going on about our sexuality over and over and
5 minutes.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work to be a realistic character.
I love to say the only thing uglier than I've said is your mother, and then the creature just I love this little fight here.
Yeah.
But again, I'll give it to Rory. He stepped up to the plate to save his own missus. And that's what I like about Rory. He may have had his flaws and stuff, and you know, he may not have been the typical butch man, as they say,
Yeah.
but he defended his missus. Seriously though, that'd be me. Fighting a vampire. That did it.
I mean, it's the skills that to the special effects and visual effects in this, and the music as well. I mean, it all kind of goes together perfectly.
Yeah, it was still the mill doing the special effects.
Yeah.
Sorry, visual effects.
Well, Rory, you tried. You tried, mate. You tried. Oh.
I mean, this feels like your average Doctor Who story. I mean, it's feels like classic too as well. You've got the creepiness as well, and the music and the.
Yeah, Moffat did bend the knee for the feminists in the last few seasons, but that's because you had people like Feminist Frequency that were doing their little podcast and calling them out for being a sexist and accusing them of all sorts of stuff. So I can understand the reactionary.
And you had Piers Wagner as a high up in the BBC drama as well.
We were fans and we were watching the show. Now that I know a little bit more because of what I do.
Yeah.
I know the ins and outs now. And the thing about it is, when you've got people like that hammering you on social media, it does spark other people that agree with those women into yoga. And he was accused of all sorts. Sure, he gets heavily accused of Amy, her costume or clothes or choice of clothes. Like, why was she always wearing a mini skirt or whatever, you know, that sort of way. And he was called out for it. So I can understand when a showrunner like that's being constantly attacked and being told that they're sexist will then start incorporating feminist ideals into their show. It's going to happen. So look at Neil Gaiman recently. A few months back, he held up a post about, you know, we should respect fans and all of this other rubbish. And then because people are calling him out for the Sandman, he's now come out, as soon as he gets a bit of money, he changes his opinion. They're all little sellout chills. You need to understand this once and for all. And to think that I wanted Neil Gaiman at one stage to be showrunner, well, that can go. He can go and kiss that now. Don't want him anywhere near Doctor Who now if he's going to be like that, attacking fans. How dare you?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's the buy-in to the virtue signal.
Anyway, he brought the Doctor's wife.
Yeah.
It's his story. Like, he's the one that introduced the whole thing, the romantic element with the Doctor, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I know RTD did it with Rose, but I mean, I'm talking with the TARDIS and the Doctor's wife, you know, saying that you know, I don't like it. Neil Gaiman, like, and it's a great episode and stuff. But don't be criticizing fans, right? Because they have a problem with something that you actually criticized a few months back about when they were talking about Star Wars and other franchises. But as soon as you get a bit of money, you change your opinion. You change like the wind. Now get away. Sick of people like that now. We need showrunners. We need showrunners and writers with integrity, right? Not to fucking sell out to the highest bleeding bidder. To actually create something that fans can get behind instead of thinking of the agenda. I'm fucking sick of it, I am. I'm sick of it. Neil Gaiman has disappointed me big time. Big time.
Yeah. I mean, there was a series that Neil Gaiman had done was called Neverwhere for BBC Two. I think it was a kind of drama. And it was absolutely boring. It just put me to sleep all the time. I everybody thought it was like Doctor Who, and it really wasn't. It was absolutely boring.
It was very boring, never way. Yeah.
See, what I couldn't understand here, the doctor was willing to take her somewhere and her kids
Hmm.
to a different planet, but she wouldn't accept it. She chose to die and basically commit genocide. Because once she dies, there's no other females, because they're going to eat her now in this form. So there's no other females, so they can't continue. So she literally commits genocide here.
You know, the creativity that went into the design of that kind of monster, that CGI monster. It was like a lobster and kind of monster vampire.
Yeah.
You know how they use things and they can make things up and create things that they did in the series. They don't do that now. I mean, that was absolutely ridiculous in the first series of Jodie's, the first episode. I mean, a tooth monster.
Yeah.
Big blue turds. I mean, I hated that. I really did.
I know.
I mean, it was completely laughing in your face, and I mean, it was just a complete insult.
Yeah.
He's devastated. But again, this is why I understood when David Tennant's doctor called him out and he forgot everything. I can understand why Matt Smith's doctor forgot everything, because think about it, if you look during his era, I think he lost a lot more people than the previous doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was the same with Peter Capaldi's doctor. I mean, he chose the form Caecilius from the fires of Pompeii because it was to kind of hold him to account for his kind of his behaviour, his kind of dedication to being Time Lordish and that, like that, and to the point that he has to kind of do everything that the Time Lords kind of told him to do in that, and you know, like, it's not really what he really stands for, and he's got to kind of hold himself to account, so that's why he chose his face.
Yeah.
Rory, listen to that. What? Silence. But you can't hear silence. It's just silence. But I love it. See, I love this. I love this season, man. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, season 5 was epic.
What's next? Let's see what's next. I forget what's next.
Amy's Choice, I think.
Yep.
It's what?
Amy's Choice.
Oh, another cracking story. I love that one.
Toby Jones.
Because that's the one where Amy does actually make the choice. You know, because we're all thinking, is she in love with the doctor, or does she really love Rory? Is Rory just her little, you know, her little piece that she can toss away whenever she feels like it? But no, she actually chooses. So I like it. And that's when
I like the cracking time through the key of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
You know, it was actually Stephen Moffat that wanted an actual accurate police box for Series 5, and they chose the 2005 one, and they just redesigned slightly and just changed the window frame colours and that, and put a St. John's ambulance sticker on it.
Yeah.
When actually Stephen Moffat really wanted, you know, a real kind of police box, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if they went with that, I mean, it would have been something special.
Yeah. People do criticise Matt Smith's TARDIS. I like it.
I like his first interior as well, with all that stuff going on.
Yeah, same.
I wasn't a fan of the interior, but I understand why it's the way it is.
Yeah. Some people are not a fan of the interior. I mean, some people are a fan of the abomination that we have now, but I think Joe Martin's TARDIS interior is so much better.
Oh, it's so much. It's so much better.
All these, obviously TARDIS.
I like Matt Smith's second control room. I thought it brilliant. I thought it looked like a spaceship.
Yeah. Right, folks, in the chat, do me a favor. Give you a rating for tonight's story. Matthew did say the killer grannies are fun in the next episode. They actually are fun. I like this episode. I really do. Up until then, I was really enjoying Matt Smith's era.
Yeah.
And I thought, holy moly, Stephen Moffat is the perfect showrunner to take over from RTD. At this stage of me early Moffat era, I'm happy. Noel's happy. Be interested to see, will Noel still be happy as the era goes on, like he wasn't when I was watching Matt Smith's era, because I slowly started to get angry, and then episodes were dropping, and I wouldn't watch them on the night that they dropped, and
Yeah.
I'd wait, and then I knew I was then I knew I was losing interest
Yeah,
in this show when I wouldn't, even though
I did
Matt
the
Smith
same on
dropped it.
Jodie. I did
So
the
I
same with
stopped
Jodie.
watching, right? And then Peter Capaldi came along. So then I went back and I watched a whole lot of Matt Smith's era again because I hadn't watched it properly. As I said, I was watching episodes here and episodes there. And then I watched then Peter Capaldi's era then. But yeah, I was getting very annoyed with Moffat because it
Yeah.
just started getting ridiculous. But listen, we get everybody's scores in now. Guys, so we'll start with you guys on the pass. So we'll start with you, Super Doctor. Do you want to give your rating for
I would give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good episode. I mean, it had a lot of action in it and a lot of stuff for the companions to do and getting involved in that. And the costumes are great. The sets are great. I mean, the location for the vampires in Venice was set in Croatia for a week in a small scene. They had the TARDIS prop there, and basically they were filming around Croatia, and they made it up for Venice. There's some good dialogue in that between Matt Smith and that vampire woman, and I mean the characters are very kind of 3-dimensional. They're not your 1-dimensional characters. I mean the characters in this have all get their roles to play, and they make it very interesting. And yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10 for acting abilities. I mean, the acting's quite good, and the storyline's quite good.
Actually, I have to say, Matt Smith's episodes so far have all. I don't think any of them have went under 7. So they've all been rated high so far. That's brilliant. PD Rich.
I give it an 8 as well. I thought it was a very good episode, very good period piece. And the only mistake I said was it had basements in Venice and tunnels, and it was like it wouldn't have them because it had flood. But I just think it was done really well. It was good. I like the chemistry between Rory and the Doctor, the kind of him coming in between their relationship.
Yeah,
I just thought it was generally a great episode. It was nice to see Helen McCrory in it. God rest her soul.
yeah. That is the sad part about this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't expect any of the actors or actresses that are in these eras to be passed away because it's recent. But yeah, it was sad. And look, as I said, our performance was absolutely fantastic. Our facial expressions again, like Matt Smith, and our eyes and the way she just kept wandering around, looking around, or while she was talking to the Doctor, I found that all very fascinating. I've always found that performance very fascinating. But for me, I'm going to give this an 8.5. I'm just going to be slightly different because I really, really did enjoy this. And what's there not to like about sexy Irish vampire? So, like, you know. But no, in fairness, I agree with PD. The relationship between Doctor and Rory is a very interesting one, and it does develop during this season. Of course, so does the relationship between Amy and Rory. So it's the 4th season for Moffat. Couldn't have been any better. I think he gets everything spot on. The problem is then in between that, I think at the Jordan Series 5, didn't he do the Tintin movie? And then he got a bit of smoke blowing up his ass. And then when he came back for Series 6, he tried to be bigger and better.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, then it didn't work. And that's the problem that we start having with Moffat after this season. But Yeah, I love the very first season of Matt Smith's era. It'll be interesting to see now how I do react to Series 6. And
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the Impossible Astronaut.
oh, I
And
did. I loved
I
those
liked,
two.
I liked the silence.
I did. I liked those two episodes. See, that's what I mean. I think season 6 starts
Yeah.
off with a bang.
Yeah.
It really does, and then it falls flat. Again,
Yeah.
he tries to do this big thing. It starts off brilliant.
Need
This
to
is
enter
the
a
thing-
2-part and end it with
Yeah,
one.
this is
Yeah.
what happens with Moffat and Jordan Series 6, right? And this is the complaints that we have, right? He starts off spectacular, and we're always praising the first episode of something that he's doing of a two-parter. It's the second part that lets us down every
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah.
And why? Because he tries to overcomplicate it. He tries
That's
to
it.
overcomplicate. He just look, we get it. You're a smart writer. Your audience is smart, and you're trying to trick them. But don't be too clever, because if you're too
Yeah.
clever, then it'll always fail. It'll
Always said he
fail.
was a sprinter, not a marathon runner. Moffat.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, but look, I do look forward to doing this era, because Matt Smith does elevate. Again, Matt Smith should get credit where credit is due. Some of those scripts are fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for example, dinosaurs in a fucking spaceship.
Oh,
right?
that's
Yeah.
I never sat through and watched
No.
that. I just watched when the Doctor and Nefertiti were kissing, and I just said, "Oh no, I'm not watching this." I just switched off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
thought it was-
that is fucking diabolical. The story itself is just diabolical, right? So, like, yeah, you
Yeah.
get stuff like that. Well, it's gonna be interesting. It is, really is.
Yeah.
Right. What we'll do is we'll do the channel shout outs, because I know I always ramble on at the end of these streams, and I have to go off because I haven't actually had my dinner, believe it or not. I got up very late today. I don't know what it was. I was drained after the last couple of nights, and I slept all the way through, believe it or not. So I'm going to go off and have my din-dins. I don't know what I'm even having, but it'll have to be something light, because if I eat it heavy at this hour of the fucking night, I'll be in bits for the rest of it. So, yeah, I'll have to think of what I'm going to have. But what we'll do is we'll do the channel shout out. So we'll start with you, PD Rich. Do you want to...
Okay, I'll probably be on Cockney's channel later on tonight. So if you could join me there, on Cockney, that'd be great. Cockney and I should say. That would be great.
No problem. Is that all you want to plug?
That's it. That's about it.
Okay, fair enough. That was short and sweet. Well done. Real super, Doctor.
I'll be on the Wednesday movie watch along stream in all.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is yet.
More than likely, it's going to be the Goonies.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is the poll is over on Tuesday. So as I said, I'll come on Tuesday, do a little 2-minute video, and announce the movie that we're going to be doing, and then you can come and join us for it. It should be fun. Well, it
Yeah.
will be fun. It's the Goonies. If you don't like the Goonies, then you didn't have a good
Is
childhood.
that on TARDIS Zone or Irish Geek?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
TARDIS
no, the movie's on.
Okay,
the
that's fine.
movies,
So we're
movies
back
are
here,
not on
back
the
here.
TARDIS on. Yeah, because look, the other channel has kind of become primarily a bit of a gaming channel right now, and you know, people are watching the streams, which is good. But I just thought, look, everybody was used to having the movie on the TARDIS Zone, and you know, like, people know I do Doctor Who, but I do other stuff as well, and I don't think people will mind me doing it on the TARDIS Zone now at this stage. I don't think any of you give a crap where I do the reviews. These are the movie streams, so I said I'll do them on that. And anyway, we'll get people watching on this channel anyway. So
Yeah.
and it's the Goonies. So come and join us for the Goonies. And then it won't be happening this Thursday, but next Thursday we're going to be starting off our Sliders review, Sliders watch-alongs and reviews. So I'm going to be doing Sliders every Thursday. So it was a show that was shown on Sky One, if I remember correctly, over here. And it's about this
BBC Two and Sky One.
BBC
Yeah.
Two and Sky One. There you go. And yeah, I was a huge fan of this show. Now, I will say, as the seasons went on, the quality did get a bit.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
tried
it
to make changes to it that didn't really work. But still, within those seasons, there are a couple of gems. But season 1 is absolutely fantastic. So if you wanna come and join me for that, you are more than welcome. So we're doing Sliders on Thursday. So Wednesdays is the movie zone. Thursdays will be Sliders until Sliders is over, and then I'll announce another watch along series that we'll be doing. And then Friday is Tarda Zone Talk. Sunday is your Classic Who, and then on Sunday New Who. And then in between all of that, then as well, if there are video, as I said, I'll be keeping an eye on the John Barrowman stuff. And then if I get any more information, of course, I'll be doing videos on that. So that's what I'll be doing on the channel. So I hope you can come and join me for them. Yeah, I'm a fan of Sliders. It's a good show. It is. I've recently watched it. It holds up to a certain extent. Some of the episodes actually are real eye openers because they have some parallels to some of the stuff that's happening today.
Yeah.
So that's
Q
really,
episode. Yeah, the Q episode.
yeah. So so check that out. Check that out with us. So that'll be next Thursday. That'll be next Thursday, not this Thursday. That's coming up next Thursday. So come and join us for that. Right, I'm out. I will talk to you on Wednesday. Enjoy your weekend. Of course, in the meantime, if anything does come up, I will let you know. I'll do a video, as you know. So we'll see you next week. Enjoy your week. Stay safe, folks. Look after yourselves. And yeah, that's it.
Good night.
Night all.
Night all.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Here's the channel trailer, folks. Good night.
Thank you.